Hey y'all, it's y'all baby's mama, and today we're going to be doing an eyebrow tutorial using two different products, one from the drugstore and one high-end, and finding out which one is actually better. But first, I want to talk to you guys about a company called TEAMI, which is a lifestyle brand that creates wellness and skincare products. They sent me this greens superfood blend, which basically means that they have 16 plant-based superfoods all in this one powder, like broccoli powder, spinach leaf powder, kale powder. I think it's super cool and convenient, being that I add it to my smoothie and I'm obsessed. I also really like how you can unscrew this tumbler and save your vitamins and pop it back on. I think that soup's cute, and I'm gonna put my protein shakes recipe on screen here. I'll leave all of the measurements and ingredients of my description box, but I've been taking this every day for about 14 days now, and sometimes I use it as a meal replacement, or I have it as my pre or post workout smoothie, and I am impressed. Sometimes we really don't want to eat our vegetables, not only because we're busy, but because it's just not good. But this is actually delicious, and I've been raving about it to all of my friends and my family, so obsessed is not even the word. Contrary to popular belief, taking care of your skin and your body does not have to break the bank. So I do want you guys to use my discount code when you're checking out at TEAMI, and I just know that this is going to be super convenient, especially if you're busy. You'll have all your nutrients and energy to go on about your business. Check out my affiliate link in my description box below, and let's go ahead and get to the point of this video. Which eyebrow do you think I used the drugstore product on, and which one do you think I used the high-end product on? I'm going to pause this video right here so you guys can comment your guesses, and while we're here, you might as well like this video now as well, and I'll see you at the end. For my higher end brow product, I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow, which retails for about $21, which is kind of expensive for just an eyebrow product. And because I've had this in my kit for a while, I do use a drop of the Inglot Duraline just to make the product move around again. To do my eyebrows, I like to brush them up with a spoolie, and then I go ahead and draw out a line at the bottom of my eyebrows following the shape of my natural brows. I don't create a new shape for myself. I literally just follow the shape that I have. And I do like to extend my eyebrows in the front, so you'll see me just making that a little bit longer. When I'm filling in my brows, from the bottom of my brows, I like to flick the angle brush with the product on it upwards. And when I am filling towards the top of my brows, I like to turn the brush around or flip it around, and I like to flick it downwards. And I find that just makes your eyebrows look a little bit more natural. To diffuse the product and to melt any harsh lines, I like to use my spoolie a lot while I do my eyebrows because that just helps it blend better. To prepare to outline the top of my brows, I basically brush my eyebrows back in place. And when I outline the top, I like to keep this line as neat and as straight, as clean, I should say, as possible, because I really don't like to clean the top of my brows with concealer. Sometimes I feel like it's just unnecessary and it makes it look too perfect when it could just look natural. I love the feathery look of an eyebrow, especially in the front, so I do like to take the remaining product that's on the angle brush, and I like to make new hair, and I like to flick it up to make it look like I just have feathery hair in the front. And of course, I use my spoolie often. If I add something, I go ahead and use my spoolie, but I don't put too much product towards the front of my brows because my brows are thicker in that area, and I don't really have to darken it up that much because it's already dark. This Morphe brush is my favorite to clean my eyebrows with because it's so thin and it's so straight. I just feel like it makes it easy. And if you're only going to be doing your eyebrows, I recommend using a concealer that's lighter than you, but don't use a lot of it. And if you just don't even trust yourself like that, then just use a concealer that's your exact skin tone, so you just don't look like you have highlighted brows and you don't even have any other makeup on. So when I'm concealing my eyebrows and cleaning them up, I'm taking a little bit of the product at a time because I'm only going to be doing my eyebrows today and I don't need so much of it. And I like to start not in the middle but behind the very front of my brow when I first clean it out, using a back and forth motion to make sure that I'm really getting that line straight. And when I'm working towards the arch of my brow, I kind of just do that in one swipe of a motion, not so much the back and forth like I would do in the front. And even though I'm not going to be doing the rest of my makeup today, I still want to go ahead and drag this product downwards, and I'm dragging it downwards just to smoothen the product out so it'll be easier for me to blend once I'm blending it with the brush. But I'm not dragging the product all over my entire eyelids as if I'm preparing for eyeshadow, because I'm not. To blend that product out, I'm using a kind of fluffy, kind of dense brush. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a domed brush, but it still has some fluff to it. But I'm using that to blend the eyeshadow out. Not the eyeshadow. I'm using it to blend the concealer out. This concealer is only like 2 to 3 shades lighter than me, so it doesn't look so obvious with me not doing the rest of my face. And that's kind of, you know, the vibe that you want to go for if you're only going to be doing your eyebrows. This next step is optional, but I love to use Got To Be as my brow gel. It just helps my eyebrows stay in place. And when I brush the very front of them outwards to make them look fluffy, because I told you I like fluffy eyebrows, I just love the look of it. But comment down below, let me know if you were right or you were wrong about which one you thought was the high-end brow and which one you thought was the drugstore brow. That's literally how I like to fill in my eyebrows. Let me know what you guys think. It's pretty easy, right? Before I let you know what I think, let's get this eyebrow together. And I'm going to be using the NYX Brow Powder Pencil, which retails for about $7. And I'm doing the same thing pretty much. I brush my eyebrows upwards and then I line the bottom of my brows with this pencil, following the exact shape that I have. When I'm using a pencil, I love to use a light hand, and I feel like this pencil works best when it's super sharpened. As I did with the first brow, I brushed my hair in place before I lined the top, and I still think that you should keep this line as clean and as neat as possible, because you don't have to clean the top of your brows. Before I continue, I like to make sure that my brows are almost even if they're not twins. I like to make sure that they look like related, like they look like sisters. And then, as I did with the brow, the dip brow, I like to flick the pencil upwards when I'm filling in my brows from the bottom, and I like to flick them downwards to create hair-like strokes when I'm filling in from the top. Literally, my sister's dog was like at my feet. I guess he just wanted to say hi. So say hi to Noir, everybody. But he cannot stay. He gotta go because we gotta finish this video. I'm just brushing through my eyebrows, making sure that everything is nice and blended as I add more hair-like strokes. And the same way that I like to flick my product upwards in the very front, I do the same thing with this NYX pencil to create that fluffy, wild kind of brow look in the very front. As you spoolie through your eyebrows, you'll find some areas where you feel like it has to be a little bit darker, or some areas where it still looks scarce, and that's okay to add more product in those areas. Just use a light hand. I already explained how you should clean up your brows, so I'm just going to speed these next couple of clips up. Don't forget to compare your brows as you're working with them to make sure that you're not making one arch way higher than the other. Remember to not use so much product if you're only going to be doing your brows, and you should be fine. If you feel like you absolutely have to clean up the top of your brows, that's fine. Whether you have to clean up just the back or just the front or the whole thing, just don't use a lot of product at all. Just use whatever remains on your brush from what you use to clean up the bottom, and then blend it out with the brush or your finger, and you should be fine. Because I don't really start the top of my brows. I don't really start that outline at the front of my brows. I didn't feel the need to clean up the front of my eyebrows at all, but it may be different for you. So wherever you feel like it can be straighter, it can be cleaner, you can go ahead and add it. It's just that you don't think that you always have to do that, because you definitely don't. Okay, y'all, so that pretty much wraps up the battle of the brow products. What do you think? Which brow you got? The drugstore brow or the high-end brow? In my opinion, the drugstore brow does look a little bit more natural because it is a pencil, and pencils do look more natural than dip brows, but they are not as pigmented as this dip brow, which would give you a bolder brow. Even if you like bold, I would go with that. I'm sorry to say it, I just wouldn't say that one is necessarily better than the other. But y'all let me know and ask me any questions you may have in the comments. Y'all know I'm gang about y'all. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you next time.